This week on The Law with Meezy Blvd, we're going to talk about how Netflix depicted Aaron Hernandez. Is Tyler Perry as trash as we think he is? And time's clock counting down. Where's the music at? Here, this week on The Law. Welcome to another episode of The Law with Meezy Blvd. I'm your host, Meezy Blvd. Here's a show where I say whatever I want to. Get it off my chest, express all of my views and opinions. Sometimes you might think, hey, that guy's really good and he knows what he's talking about. It feels authentic. Or you might say, he's just ignorant and he's been loud and he's wrong. But hey, I've got the platform and I get to speak my truths. So this week, we're going to talk about, first topic, we're going to get off our chest, how Aaron Hernandez was depicted in his Netflix docuseries. It's a 3-part docuseries where I don't really know what happened. The entire time I watched it, I was confused. I couldn't figure out why they were comparing two cases against Aaron Hernandez and then meshing them together when none of it had nothing to do with each other. So originally they start with his childhood. They start with his life and how his life was as a child all the way up until he gets to college. But then apparently he did something while he was in college and nobody talked about it. And so then they tried to show how whatever he did in college related to what he actually did as a professional athlete. It bothered me because I was confused a little bit. I'm not even gonna hold you, I'm not gonna lie. I was confused a little bit. But I watched the whole thing, I got through it. And I don't think this is what Netflix wanted. Because the whole series, to me, felt like all they were doing was theories. None of this was facts. They weren't doing any facts, they were just theories. The small piece that they took for it, that's something, as a child, he had a lot of trauma. He had an abusive dad. He had a mom who pretty much didn't really show him the affection that he wanted or show him the affection that he needed. So then they show that side. Then they show that, as a superstar athlete, he was given this jock above the law persona by the time he got to college. And so he thought he was bigger than the law. And then they showed an aspect of him as an adult, seemingly like the great character who just lived a double life. I was confused. And then I think they tried to cover the fact that he had like stage 2 CTE with the fact that he may or may not have been gay. That was just a random segment. They just randomly threw that in there. And the people they picked to be in this documentary was weird. It's like, how is the guy that is my secret lover from high school still keeping up with my life, bro? Like, he probably didn't even speak to that guy enough to know what it was like as an adult. It was just some clickbait guy, and his dad was a nutcase. I just couldn't figure out why the dad would like sit beside the son and not talk, and then they would like give him his own camera and let him talk. It was weird. I couldn't figure it out. But that docu-series left me asking what happened. Like, what are the facts? I don't know, what was the motive that Aaron Hernandez killed not just one guy, but why did he kill 3 people? Because I don't believe that the spilled drink theory is one that matches up. Because everybody says he was a nice guy and he was easy.
What's the spilled drink theory?
Apparently he was in a nightclub and a guy spilled a drink on him, and he was so enraged that after they left the club, he followed him and shot him over a spilled drink. Like, no more, no less. So I can't figure out if he's like this super angry guy or is he this nice, calm guy that I was confused. I was just confused. I couldn't figure it out. I really just couldn't. It's just weird to me. I don't like the way Netflix did that. It was trash. Like, they're like, his name just like, it's just, he was this gay murderer. Like, what? Like that's it. That's all we got from him. As a guy that committed suicide in jail with a father, a loving father, a loving fiance, he's now known as, from that documentary, I see him as the gay murderer that used to play football. That's trash. I don't like it. And what I'm saying, believe me, when I say this, there's no justification about what he did. Him murdering anybody for any reason, that is not the case. But I feel like we never figured out why he did it, how he did it. Like, well, we figured out, well, we don't really know how he did it. They just say, oh, he shot somebody, they left him there, they got in the car, they left. It's like, I don't know what he did. So I don't think he should be like, now his name's dragged as this angry, aggressive, in the closet murderer. I don't like it. That's trash. It's so trash. I don't like it. So, on that note, like, rest in peace, Aaron Hernandez. I'm sorry that this is what your legacy is left with. It's not a good look. It's not a good look for you. I'm sure there's a few other documentaries. I think Channel ID is doing one that's going on like right now during the time of the taping of this. So maybe that one has better answers versus this shit show that Netflix put together of just theories about what they thought about you. And I'm sorry, that's your legacy. Moving along from one Netflix shit show to another one. The internet has been in a blaze of hilarious memes and jokes. Tyler Perry has a new movie out on Netflix called A Fall from Grace. The story of a divorcee older woman meeting a young new love of her life and is betrayed by his antics. And I'm not gonna tell you the plot, so I can't finish it. But it was just this old lady, this old Kruger found a young buck, and he basically took her for her money. But everything about this movie was trash. There's bad wigs. There's a bad story. It's the same Tyler Perry story plot, and pretty much the same Cicely Tyson guest appearance is there, and Tyler Perry again plays a role that's he wrote himself in for no reason. So it got me to thinking after I watched it, is Tyler Perry good, or is everything Tyler Perry's trash? So I've been trying to figure it out. So I thought about it and I was like, you know what, Meezy, you've never been a Tyler Perry fan. I've never liked none of the plays. Shout out to all the bootleg men in the world. You held us down at a time when we needed that. Y'all get y'all roses today from Meezy. Number one, y'all need y'all roses. But I've never been a fan of the plays. The TV shows, maybe House of Pain. It's cool. I watched that. The spinoff, no, and from what I remember, it's not. I don't watch it. I don't remember the rest of them, so no. So just House of Pain was cool. And my favorite was the Tyler Perry movies. No, not the Madea ones, but the ones like Why Did I Get Married? Shit, he even was a decent killer in Alex Cross. But aside from that, I think Tyler Perry has a high miss rate. I don't know how many times Madea can do something. And I even think they killed her off. So now he has free time to write all of this bad shit that he does. And so, my biggest thing with Tyler Perry is probably just the writing, though. I don't know how many times you can spin this black woman being betrayed by a black man narrative. Everybody doesn't live that Tyler Perry. We're all from the South. Relax. There's black women out here that are living just fine, and we need to start showing that. Shout out to my queens, my black queens. But I don't know why Tyler Perry continues to do this narrative. Like, I know he's capable of writing better shit. And, he went on this rant the other day saying that he doesn't have a writer's room because he had a writer's room one time and it wasn't worth it for him. And it's like, Tyler Perry, you got this large movie lot, fam. You can hire some writers. You don't have to do everything. Like, pay some of this money out. Shit, you've been putting Cicely Tyson on fucking Carpe Diem off for like 9 years, bro. You got the money to spend it somewhere else. Shit. But I am going hard on Tyler Perry a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I will give him a pass because I have discovered something that I didn't think I was gonna like. So apparently, last year Tyler Perry signed a deal with BET to create original content, and they have 2 shows running now. One of them nobody ever talks about because they swear it's the bootleg scandal. The Oval. Same theory, same concept. I don't know. I'll watch that shit. But I'm here to tell you, Sisters on BET has horrible acting, bad acting. I'm talking like Tyler Perry play acting bad. But the writing on there is phenomenal. It's like a girlfriends meets Sex in the City with a lot of drama. And, you know, as a black man, I'm not an adult, grown-ass black man. I'm not afraid to tell you that I watch it. I watch it. I'm cool. I'm good. But the storyline is incredible. So it makes me want to question, is he really writing all this shit? He showed us that video and he had tons of script laid out at the table from all of his projects and that he's writing this by hand, which makes no sense because how do you, like, keep seasons worth of material ready and then movies ready? Whatever. I'm not questioning it. The writing on Sisters is amazing, so I might give you a pass for it. That's one pass I might give you. But the rest of that stuff, Tyler Perry, you gotta cut that shit out, bro. Get a writer's room. Your movies have made so much money that you can afford to do this, and they could be incredible. There's a lot of great black talent. Find that kid that made that Will Smith Fresh Prince Bel-Air movie. He made himself. That was amazing. That everybody saw a trailer for and thought it was a real movie. It don't take that much. We always get caught. You know what I'm saying? Even never mind, that was a bad topic. I can't bring that up. But shout out Lena Waithe. But I'm just saying though, baby, you got some wiggle room, dude. You can figure this out. You can get some writers in there, young talent, show us some stuff we've never seen, change up the narrative. You can make a black guy in a, like, kill a serial killer or something. Something we can be proud of, bro. You one of us. We love you. So remember, hey, we want you to win the same way you always let Cicely Tyson win. But before we move on, I gotta tell you, I forgot something. Sisters is so good. Like, the acting is terrible, but the writing is so good. I'm also giving him another pass because I actually saw a white woman commit suicide on BT. Like blow our brains out. You know, we need that kind of representation on TV because it's happening. We need that. Shout out to BET for allowing that to happen. And shout out for BET for allowing them to cuss out the 10 o'clock. We need that. Fuck them kids. Tell them to go to bed. So we here at our last topic for the day. It is January. It's over. We made it through the first month of 2020. And as you know, Meezy is a big music guy. I would review albums. Look at me. I would review albums on this show. But there hasn't been an album come out this month except for that bum ass Slim Shady guy. And I told you how I felt about that. It's trash. So today's rant, the big one, is where's everybody at? In 2019, we had a year that was amazing. It's a good year for music. They're always good, but it was heavily R&B. We had the Snows, we had the Sirs, we had the Summer Walkers, of the land, lay out this landscape with a bunch of great music. And some of the rappers came in. Shout out to Thug, shout out to Wale, shout out to Freddie Gibbs, shout out to the Griselda Boys. But where are the big stars, fam? Where are the big stars? You know who I'm gonna start with, and you know she is in the wrong. Rihanna, where you at? Where you at, Rihanna? We've been looking for you for the last 3 years. Anti was hard, and we miss it. We want you to come back. I will argue that it was better than Lemonade, but that's another conversation for another day. Where you at? Speaking of Rihanna, Party Next Door, you told us January. I'm not really sure. This is coming out after January, so you might make the cut. But as of right now, no, you didn't make the cut. Where are you at, fam? We miss you. Another guy who's been missing in action for a couple years too. Kendrick Lamar, where are you at? TDE is now an R&B label. There's more R&B label. There's more R&B artists coming out of there than anything. Shout out to Sir again, because that project was really good, and I wanted to make sure you guys know. Go listen to it. Chasing Summers, fire. But where's the top rapper that everybody likes to claim? Where's he at? Where's the music at, bro? He didn't even give us a guest feature. We haven't heard a Kendrick verse in a very long time. Giving J. Cole ad-libs of whoa, go, and a hook is not enough. Where are you at? You wasn't even on Q album. What's going on here? And don't get me started about your TDE compadre. SZA, what's going on, SZA? You just gonna give us control and then take control of your life and disappear from us? We don't like that. We don't appreciate that. I'm just saying, bro, where's the music at? All of these artists, Drake and Future just dropped this out, and he goes on fucking Elliot Wilson Rap Radar and say, oh yeah, I got this single lined up. You know, I'm ready to drop that. Y'all heard it, it's good. Where is it at, bro? Where is it at? I've been listening to Roddy Ricch for a month, like 2 months, bro. Left me out here cold, bro. It's a lot of dry shit. J. Cole, I don't know if you retiring or not, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that last album that the Fall Off, you can let that slide this year, please. I'm just hurt, bro. I'm hurt that I have to, like, listen. I can't listen to an album for longer than a month, bro. There's been too many weeks with nothing to listen to. Shout out to Meg for trying to put out a single. That bitch song is decent, at best. But we need sugar. We need sugar. We need that project, Meg. I can still watch you twerk, but I'd like to see you twerk to something new.
Didn't something come out for the guy out of Charlotte?
Which one?
Stunner for Vegas?
Somebody's listening to that bullshit, E. Nobody wants to hear Stunner for Vegas with that weird voice. Just yell 4 times all the time over the same beat. I don't want to hear Great Value, the baby. I already got him. I don't need it, bro. I don't need it. I need quality from my favorite superstars. Beyonce, while you riding around in this Ivy Park. Shit, Hov, where are you at, Hov? You told Rory that you was getting better. You told him you were getting better, bro. You haven't cut your hair in a long time. I don't know what you're doing, but I just figured you were prepping for a better album. You gave us Everything Is Love, and nothing was love at all about that. Everything was decent. Below average, below par for you, Hov. God. Where's the music? That's all I ask. Where's the music? But that's all I got for this week's episode of The Law. You might think just like I do. You might think the Hernandez was trash. You might think Tyler Perry's trash. You think the music not coming out is trash. We had a bunch of empty weeks. Or you might be like, you don't even know what you talk about. You need to dig deeper. But that's been me, in my opinion. And I'm Meezy Blvd, and that's been the law. We'll see you next time.